Alright, what's up everybody? It's Lids, and we're back for some more Pyre Community RITE Night, which means, of course, some good old-fashioned multiplayer Pyre, featuring first and foremost none other than the members of the RITE Club Discord server, the place for all things multiplayer Pyre, and if you're interested in getting more involved in multiplayer Pyre, then that is the place to be, and you can join said Discord group by clicking on that link right there. But those of you in chat, you are not off the hook. No, because you see the red circle with the white L below chat. You click on that, you'll find all the various requests that you can make today, including things ranging from selecting players' exiles, masteries, songs, arenas, even Titan stars are all fair game. So, without further ado, let's hop into versus mode here. We'll set ourselves to our default settings, but otherwise, let us know, chat, if there's anyone who'd like to hop in here for our first match, and also if there's anything in particular that we would like to see, request-wise, for our first one as well. How's it going, everybody? What's up, Core? How are you? Anyone who'd like to lead us off today? Doing well, good to hear, good to hear. And I forget what the state of mod implementation was last week, but this week we have most, if not everything. The one thing off the top of my head that I'm not 100% certain about is Glade of Lou. May still have all the brambles as people start to score. I'm not sure to what extent, if any, that is built into the other mods that I've installed, but I believe just about everything else should be good to go here. What's up, Arumi? How are you? How's it going? We're looking for a couple people to get in here to get us started today, so if anyone from chat is interested in doing so, then let me know and we can, well, perhaps have you be the person leading things off. I'm doing alright. I'm doing alright. What's up, iRotor? How are you? How is everybody? So yeah, we are still looking for a couple people to hop in if anyone from chat would like to get us started today. Maybe this is a question that I suppose either iRotor or Rumi may know the answer to. Perhaps, I think the person who was helping me most recently with the latest update for the mods was iRotor. iRotor, do you remember if the mods that we have now implemented include the Glade of Lou change, where it no longer has the brambles in it? So I don't remember if we have that. I admittedly have not, I think, gone in to double check one way or the other as to whether Glade of Lou is in its original version, or if it will stay open for the entirety of the match. Should? Okay. Okay. Well, in that case, let us know, chat, if there's anyone or anything we'd like to see for this first one. Seems like we should be up to date on everything mods-wise, so we're back fully loaded here. I'm pretty sure boat plus pit position fixes are also implemented. I think I remember iRotor and I were double checking that, and I think we made sure that that was the case. The ones where the order in which your exiles get basically start off around on both the pit and the boat. I'm pretty sure we checked boat specifically. I don't know if I remember specifically for pit or not. But I think we might be good there as well. All those little things, right? All those things that are so easy to forget about, like, oh yeah, we did make a little tweak there, and a little tweak there, and there, and there. Oh, right. It does start to add up a bit. What's up, Anor? How are you? How's it going? We're still looking for a couple people to get us started today, so if anyone from chat is interested in doing so, let me know and we can get you in right here, right now, perhaps. Was just saying how I believe we are now fully modded up. No one in yet. Now, we've been chatting a little bit about the state of mods and what have you, but that's about it. No volunteers just yet, so both positions are up for the taking here. Not immediately, but maybe later, says Arumi. Okay, no worries. I mean, or we could just talk about Pyre mods for the whole day. But I assume at some point, some rites should be undertaken. Unless we want to theorize about all the various other things we might modify going forward. Oh, but what about if we added new characters? I thought Arumi was working on some of that stuff. Maybe we could talk to Arumi about new options for characters we could add to the game, like Brighton. And the Lone Minstrel. Yes. Like the Black Wagon. Oh, man. I forgot about that. Oh. Never finished Tariq. No worries. I mean, Arumi did, I think, at least certainly get started on some of those things. But at least some of them, I don't know how serious they were, as much as they were just kind of silly little gimmicks, little memes. Black Wagon hopping around out on the field. Mostly just want new map ideas to mess around with new maps. Okay, here's one. What about the Fall of well, not so much the Fall of Solium as much as Mount Elodiel itself. Like the routes that you take up to the top of the mountain becoming an arena. I don't know how feasible that would be. Oh, also let me jump into Discord because I haven't done that yet. I forgot. There we go. Now I'm in Discord as well. Yeah, I don't know how well that would lend itself to actually having an arena that is shaped in the way that an actual arena would need to be shaped to have a rite in it. Definitely would not be that linear, I don't think, and it's not necessarily a rectangular-ish shape either. But I don't know, that's just thinking of places where we have been in the campaign that don't actually have arenas. And obviously there's one for the Fall of Solium itself, but leading up to the Fall of Solium, not really. I guess you could have something in Wakingwood before you actually get to the Glade of Lu. Oh, what about, speaking of those types of encounters, the Sea of Solace, is that technically what it's referred to at that point in time, where you first are introduced to Gilman? And you have to cast your way through some of the opposing Pyre Hearts. I mean, that's probably the most feasible, because that actually is kind of shaped like an arena. That, I would think, might be the most feasible to turn into an actual arena in which you could do rites. Otherwise, anything else that comes to mind? I mean, all the places where just the Black Wagon drives around, I don't know. Let's just put that art in the background. Again, that probably feels like that'd be a little bit tricky shape-wise to make that work. And angle-wise might be kind of weird as well. What else? I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. I'm just coming up with stuff that, again, places that you go to during the campaign but don't ever actually have a rite that you are doing directly in that location. More or less all the places that lead up to the actual arenas. Some of which probably lend themselves a little bit better to doing rites. And oh, like for example, the place where the stowaway faces off against all the night howlers. That could be an arena, maybe. But that's probably, what is that? Is that just before reaching the cairn? And it does, I guess, layout-wise seem kind of, yeah, it might be kind of similar layout-wise to some of the other locations. Like cairn, or maybe even more so the Ridge of Goal, where there's just kind of the circular obstacles scattered throughout the arena, and they don't move or anything. They're just, it's relatively simple. Not that exciting of an arena. There's more of them in that area where the stowaway fights the howlers, I think. Vertical, oh, that'd be interesting. Yeah, maybe follow Solium, or yeah, the Mount Elodial for a quote-unquote vertical map would be kind of interesting. I don't know. Maybe that's possible to find a way to make that work. Because, yeah, I don't think a horizontal rectangular map on Mount Elodial might be kind of tricky. And it'd be fitting if there's one vertical map that happens to be a mountain. But anyways, if anyone would like to play Pyre, you are welcome to hop in here, because we are still looking for a couple of people. Otherwise, we'll continue to shoot the breeze and talk about places where Rumi might theoretically one day look into perhaps making a map. Core can hop in. All right, let's get Core. In that case, it wasn't maybe not last week, but the week before last. Steam Remote Play was giving us some issues. So I don't remember last week if it got any better. Let me unplug my controller as well. There we go. Alright, so we're getting Core. We are getting Core. But that means we're still looking for one more here to face off against Core. And is there anyone who would like to do that? Uh-oh, that's not a good sign. That's not a great sign. Hopefully I didn't just speak it into existence. Okay, but that's an optimistic sound. Okay, maybe a little bit later for an ore, no worries. Alright, so if we're looking for one more to face off against Core here, Core, let me at least, well, I guess maybe we'd check to see, once we do get the second person in, who's going to be player 1, who's going to be player 2. I suppose I could hop in for a little bit, if other people are just currently unavailable and maybe later on could hop in, or if other people are still waiting to boot the stream up and what have you. Player 1 right now. Okay, but maybe I do exactly the opposite of what I just did and replug my controller. And does that change who is which player? No, it doesn't seem like it. Okay, I appear to be player 2. So what would we like to do for the Triumvirate Seer Core? I could go True Nightwings, I suppose. Oh, well then, if you're gonna go Distance, I'm probably not gonna go True Nightwings. That is pretty similar, coloration-wise. Alright, let me get the info up here. So we will have... Core will be on player 1. I will be on player 2. Core's going the rare Dissidents today. And I'll stick with the Pyre Hearts. Alright. Haven't seen any requests either So I take that to mean that we'll just go with whatever we'd like for this first one. So why don't we get started then?
Why, hello, exiles.
Oh.
You are gathered at the fall of Solium. Here, one of you may walk the path to glory, prevail and earn the favor of the scribes. Dissidents, stand ready. Pyre hearts, stand prepared. Now we
Have some
shall
echo?
get started.
Yeah, so Discord has been misbehaving a little bit for me, in that it has definitely, seemingly, been causing some echo. I have looked pretty extensively at what Discord settings might be making that happen, and to no avail. So I am sorry, but I don't have an answer for that. Echo from remote play, not Discord. Oh. Okay, maybe that's the issue. Does remote play by default have some kind of audio connected to it? Now I'm curious. That, I will admit, I did not check.
Exile. Alma.
Alright,
Teaser.
so here we go. We're all set up for our first match here.
Now begin.
Oh, still wasn't quick enough on that, I'm afraid. That was interesting. Oh, that was very good. We still got it, though. Noise. Oh, cut it a little bit short, though. Just 13 on that one. I still need to be more proactive about that. Saw it coming, I'm afraid.
Vanished one and all. The
There we go.
fires wane. The
Nope.
dissidents have misunderstood
Not this
the
time.
edge.
Nope, that was also not great. Different, but not much better. Thank you. I was actually hoping you would do that.
The orb is up.
Nope. You please. You please.
The orb flies true. Shall the dissidents press their luck, perhaps?
Ooh, well, she lit.
The orb.
No, not who I wanted.
Splendid.
And that missed.
Sorry, Wolfram. Unfortunate for the dissidents.
This numbing gust has proved quite annoying, for what it's worth.
Get out, Tizo. So much for Wolfram.
Ooh, that was nifty. That was very nifty. That's what I've been trying to do for a very long time. How did you intercept that? Mid-jump.
Poor
No, no, just leave careful alone. Just leave careful alone.
You are powerless for now.
No, not quick enough on the jump.
None left unscathed.
Where you going, huh? No.
The sacred law. Your victories at hand.
I missed.
Banished all of them.
Oh, this is gonna be annoying. Oh, okay. Thought I was gonna be stuck in an infinite loop for a second there. Oh, that's not who was supposed to get switched in.
Zap. No.
Nope, that didn't work. Thought I had the angle. I did not.
Well, now that was exciting. Yes.
Patience. Patience is key, but also you've been leeching so much Pyre life back that I'm functionally back at 0. Ooh, good block. Good block.
Yes. A true aimed thrust into the fire.
Nope, not quick enough.
Oh.
Oh! I actually might have accidentally pressed the pause button rather than the jump button. And in doing so, probably stopped the scoring opportunity, but was of my own doing, so no one to blame but myself. Well, that was supposed to be a switch that very much did not work.
Meddlesome imp.
GG!
The dissidents prevailed. It was as though the scribes themselves stood by their side. Thus end this night's proceedings.
Alright. Let's head on back.
Until the next rite.
And let us know, chat, if there's anything you'd like to see for the next one. And I'm happy to swap out if anyone else would like to hop in here, mostly just filling in until anyone from chat is willing, able, and interested. So if you would like to hop in, just let me know and I can pass over the baton to you. What if you had it modded such that the imp portal starts inside of your pyre? So basically, instead of having to go back behind your pyre, it's right on top of your pyre? Is the idea there so that you don't accidentally have as many times where you have your portal entrance and exit points right next to each other and you get stuck in the infinite loop? Tried to push it closer, but never quite worked out. That's an interesting idea. Hard to say exactly how it would work in practice without testing, but at least in theory, sounds like it could work. Yeah, and usually, that's usually what ends up happening. The orb gets stuck at the very back of the arena behind your portal and you really just can't pick it up, or it takes a really long time to tiptoe your way around the portal and over to get the orb. Meanwhile, your opponent can pick it up very easily because they don't have the risk of accidentally going through a portal. Whereas, if the portal entrance is directly on top of your pyre, the orb can get very close, but technically, if it were to inadvertently hit your Pyre, should bounce back out, so you have less of a risk of that happening. Yeah, and I would think there are probably some arenas where that would have a bigger difference than others, and the book might be one of them, where the portal entrance, under normal circumstances, is actually practically outside the bounds of the arena. And that might be a relatively easy thing to do as well. Not too hard to implement it. I mean, maybe it's worth it. At least giving it a shot there. Or at least, you know, testing it out. Seems like there's something to it. It's like 5 lines of code. I mean, in that case, maybe it is easy to test as well. And just see... I think you'd probably want to test in a bunch of different arenas, just to see if there are any particular arenas where it might get a little bit weird. But some it might be a particularly good thing, like maybe the book. But I don't know if there are any arenas where that might actually be not a great thing to have happen. I don't know. Off the top of my head, I can't say, but it just seems like the kind of thing that after some testing, you could get a lot more insights on it. Did experiment a little bit with different offsets before? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Maybe it's worth doing, because that does... It's not super common, but it does happen sometimes where people get stuck with the orb behind a portal and they can barely access the orb, if at all. Alright, but not seeing any requests here, nor am I seeing anyone else from chat looking to jump in, so... In that case, barring any last-second changes, perhaps we'll just jump back in here. Oh, I forgot to turn sermon intro off. Oh well.
Welcome to the spring of Jomia. At stake here in this rite is your salvation. Try not to let the pressure get to you. Dissidents, stand prepared. Pyre hearts, stand ready. Now let us begin.
Alright, so no requests for this one. Core was thinking Kerr, but instead went with a power casting Snadra. On my side, I don't know, I was thinking of mixing things up a little bit here. How exactly, you ask? To which I respond, I'm not really sure. I didn't think it that far through.
Ignatius. Messenger imp.
Okay. Well, I did think some other aspects of it through. Like this part.
Demon.
Okay, let's see then. I was gonna go triple demon, but that might not be the best idea. Instead, maybe I will go this, and I've already used this guy, the Web Lanthorn, so perhaps we go this, and that means we don't need... Which one is it? This. I don't know. I have no idea how it's gonna work out. We're gonna see. Nope, well that didn't work so well. Sandra's just going on a casting spree. I did jump. I did jump. Pyre said no.
Good.
I did also pass it. Yeah, I got stuck. Had the right idea, but I got stuck. Nope. Actually, I'd rather not.
Now to the flame.
Ah, should not have sprinted, should have jumped.
Show of strength from the Pyre Hub's foe. All banners.
And that was what is called a bad idea.
Sandra threw it in.
Ooh. Not quite. Almost. Oh, that's not great. That's not great. Oh, that was a lucky save. I actually did want that. I did not want it to come back out over there, though. That lingering aura was unfortunate, and that sprint rather than jump was unfortunate.
Didn't see it coming.
Yes, please. No, you can keep on doing that. That's okay.
An interesting exchange. No sign of the dissidents for now.
Oh, gotta rush that a bit. Okay.
Trick.
Oh, not quick enough on that. Oh, the shoulder smash! No, that was silly. That was very unfortunate as well.
Sandra's aim was true.
Oh, going through the portal actually got me. And also that's gonna shoulder smash me.
If I were that one, I'd be rather angry.
Oh, that stinks. Nope, no, that's the opposite direction from what I wanted to go in.
There it is. Right is nearly ended. Just take it.
I can't really do anything.
Well cast.
No! That was such terrible timing on my part. I deserved that last one for sure.
The dissidents prevail. And what a crushing victory it was.
GG.
The rite is complete.
Alright. Let me know if anyone else wants to hop in or if there's anything you'd like to see between Core and myself here. Oh, and before I forget, let's do that. Glade? Alright, why don't we check? Well, I wasn't sure. I wrote her, I think, was saying we should have the modded Glade, but we'll confirm here. Anything else? Perhaps not? Yeah, did get rid of the slow-mo stuff. I do remember we made sure to add that in.
The dissidents shall confront the Pyre Hearts. Welcome. Who shall conduct the rites? Tizo.
Okay. What if we... Oh, what? No, I was not trying to check the scouting report. No. I was just trying to do that.
Messenger Imp. Bertrude.
Leeching Bertrude in that spot for core. I'll go power casting, shoulder smashing Snadra. And then after that, what do I want? I don't know. I didn't think it that far through. Guess I'm kind of lacking a score here. I also did not take Web Lanthorn on my Imp because I was originally planning to go triple Imp here, and then I pivoted. So... sure. We'll just embrace the Impage. Don't know how I'm scoring with this team, but we shall see.
Begin.
Nope, I would like for you to come back, please.
That's it.
Oh. Oops, so much for shoulder smashing.
Good.
Oh, I did not pick up the orb. I really thought I did.
Glory first to the dissidents.
Triple Imp, good. I almost did. And then Core kind of showed his hand with the harp. I knew he was going to do it a turn before he did it, because he started to set it up. So I went for that was the reason behind the shoulder smashing Snadra, but then I was like, you know what? You gotta embrace. You gotta embrace the imps. Oh, I wanted to get the best of all worlds there. And avoid all of the banishments. Ah! I knew it was coming. I was a split second too late, but I couldn't see him, so I had to guess when he was going for it. Darn. I mean, you can do that if you want. No! That wasn't supposed to happen. Also, I can't fly. There we go. Now I can. Wait, what? How'd you get rid of my imp?
The dissidents prevail.
Argument for camera mod? Maybe.
They overwhelmed their adversaries utterly. The ceremony is complete.
Did you go Titan Tooth on your harp? I didn't remember that.
Until
Okay, gotcha.
Right.
Alright, well, let us know if anyone else would either like to make a request here for what you'd like to see between us two, or if anyone wants to hop in, take my spot, you're welcome to do so. I'm mostly just messing around with triple teams, or the intention of playing a triple team and then going, maybe we make it a little more viable by having at least one other type of class. Not seeing anything at the moment, though. So barring any last-second requests here, we'll just go in and take whatever we'd like and be wherever and listen to whatever happens to pop up. So let's do that. Oh, well.
The dissidents versus the Pyre. Welcome.
Well.
Who shall conduct the rites?
I know who knows exactly what I was thinking. Like, well, I was about to do triple imps. Then we end up on the imp arena, as if the game is trying to send me a message here. Alright, Korgo's Luminous Idol with the Saluting Harp. I don't know, do we do it? Do we do it? Do we dare to do it? Otherwise... I don't know. I don't have a plan. I don't have a plan. Don't be ridiculous. Don't be ridiculous. Of course I don't have a plan.
Messenger imp. Messenger imp.
Messenger imp? Question mark? what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You're gonna do this, actually, is the thing that you're gonna do. No, actually, you're gonna do this, I think.
Exile. Sir Gilman.
And obviously, the last one was gonna be Tiso. What do I want? What do I want? Prayer beats? I guess? I mean, hard to go wrong with that, I guess.
Just take a commence.
Oh, that was interesting.
Banishment for all. The orb bathes first in the Pyre Heart's flame.
It's also a large wall of imps. Oh, I'm out of stamina. So much for that. Okay, I will not be getting the orb, apparently.
The orb.
Oh, too slow on the switch. Too slow on the switch.
I almost pity what transpired there. Ferocity unbroken.
Oh, wait, what? No! You banished him, moved the portal, and as I went through the portal, you instantly banished me? When I deliberately went in 3 separate directions so you couldn't cover all of them simultaneously?
The fire of resolve.
Also, in large part because, once again, I couldn't see my portal. So, the case being made for, the camera mod, perhaps, is getting stronger.
But how? How comical. Unexpected.
Wait, where'd the... That's where... Okay. A little confused there, but...
Such chaos. How comical. Cool.
You got me? Excuse me. I beg to differ.
No mercy shown. In goes the orb.
Embrace the imps.
Oh, my.
Embrace the imps.
Oh,
Ooh, bad timing. Very bad timing. Also very bad timing. Saw what you were going for there. Oh, and I walked into it still. Ooh, the luminous idol, huge there.
everything which you hold dear. Now go on just once more.
Oh, I was about to pass this to the guy that you banished. Fortunately, on that occasion, I was too slow.
Seemingly unfair.
Well, that's not a great place for that. No, too slow on the pass again. Oh, you have the orb. Why did I not think that you had the orb?
And it is done. The dissidents prevail. They vastly outperformed their adversaries. Thus
GG.
end this night's proceedings. Until the stars align.
Alright, so let us know if there's anything you'd like to see between us for the next one, or if anyone else would like to hop in here. Taylor will jump in? Awesome. Alright, Core, if you're good to stick around, I'm happy to swap out and have Taylor take my spot. Does that work for you? Not heard one way or the other, but I take that to mean the answer is yes, that is fine? Question mark? So we go Core versus Phaler here? In which case, let me... Oh, well, let's just double check who's player 1 and who's player 2 here before I lock in names and whatnot. Core still player 1? Core still player 1. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Nor next in line? Okay. So here we will have Phaler. Phaler, I assume you'll be going Fate. Alright, and let us know, chat, if there's anything you'd like to see between Core and Phaler for this one, or if you'd like to give Phaler a little bit of a chance to warm up first, as this will be his first match of the night. Not seeing anything, though. So why don't we get this one started?
The dissidents shall now face the fate. Welcome. Who shall conduct the rites?
Alright, so Core leads with some Leech on Rookie there in his first spot. Phaler goes Titan Tooth on a saluting Pamitha, so he will stun anyone that he flies into.
Headwind.
Then Headwind with extra starting Pyre life in the second spot for Core. Rare time when we see him voluntarily take a Nomad not named Snadra. Phaler goes for a saluting. Was that a quick throw talisman on Bertrude there? Mess with the masteries? Oh. Sad Snadra face. Finishes with an exploding Gilman. Core does. Whereas Phaler goes Webbed Lanthorn Raji. Alright, so here we are with our first showdown between Core and Phaler. And that was Phaler getting the stun from the Titan Tooth on Pamitha, giving him advantage in that initial encounter. Goes for the quick throw, which might have had enough on it to be unblockable there from Bertrude. Good for 24. Cuts it a little bit short, though. Not quite full damage there. Switches in for Raji. Might have been looking for Bertrude, as Raji is not as powerful offensively as even Pamitha, let alone Bertrude, would have been. Good defensive play there from Phaler, but Bertrude does go down. That leaves just Raji, at least until Pamitha returns, but Core able to sneak through with his Cur, and actually only 15 damage there, a little bit unusual. And no prayer beats, that means no Rookie in this round for Core. Here comes the Flappy Bird, Pamitha switching into Bertrude for a point-blank plunge for 30. No prayer beads on her, though, so she's gone for this round. Ooh, last-second block, and now banishment. Was that a stunning claim there? Must have been from Core, making Rookie the only exile capable of moving, which got him just about all the way to the opposing Pyre. Another last-second save there from Phaler. Pamitha does switch, but the one who got switched in, Bertrude, got banished. Core was about to go for a throw, but didn't have enough time. Phaler through the portal with Bertrude, but doesn't take her far. Switches to Pamitha, back to Bertrude. Unblockable throw, does that have the range? Oh, it looks like it might have been slightly wide. Core, dispossessed. Phaler with several exiles in offensive positions here, but I think that throw is short. And Core's throw off target as well, and Phaler still had Pamitha hanging out next to Core's Pyre. Set up for the quick plunge. No prayer beads on her, though, so she is gone for this round. Seen a lot of that already in this match. Both players willing to sacrifice some of their leading scores to get plunges like this. That time set up by, once again, a stunning claim. It does mean that now Core is the one down one character. Core trying to bait out Pamitha one way so he can go the other. Still gets the throw off, though. Slightly less than maximum, just 12 rather than the full 15 damage on that throw. Pamitha went down to the lava, and that meant a little more room there for Rookie to maneuver his way through. But here is Pamitha switching in, and again, probably not looking for Raji on that exchange as much as Phaler's looking for Bertrude. And there is Core plunging with Headwind, and one more score, perhaps all he needs here. Any exile would have enough, but there's another last-second block and banishment from Phaler, and suddenly Core defenseless here. If Phaler's quick about it, that throw's unblockable. Oh, but it's wide! Core blocked and banished. Phaler through the portal, does not take him far, though. Bertrude's sacrifice. Core blocked again, banished again. Bertrude for Phaler. Does seem to be his preferred attacker. Goes for the throw there, but that one might be short. He did certainly make that a rather quick throw. Oh, and Core sneaks under the defender there for the winning plunge.
Their adversaries must be crying tears of shame.
GG.
The rite is ended.
All right, let's head on back.
Until the next rite.
Okay, and let us know, chat, if there is anything you'd like to see for this next one. If not, of course, we can just have these two take whatever they'd like to take. Cool. Core says he's probably going to go for 2 more, then he'll switch out, and I think Anor had said she might swap in to take his place afterward. So assuming that still works for Anor, then perhaps that's the plan. In which case, anything we'd like between Phaler and Core for what is perhaps the penultimate showdown between these two, at least for tonight? Doesn't seem like it. So let's get back in.
The dissidents shall take on the fate.
Well.
Welcome. Who shall conduct the rites?
No comments.
Sir Gilman.
Phaler goes full left side, Speedy saluting, prayer beads Pamitha. Snadra with the extra starting Pyre life from Core. And Nor confirms she is good to go. Okay, nice. So it sounds like when Core swaps out, we can get a Nor in. Exploding Deluge in the second spot for Phaler. Whatever could that be?
Exile.
And Prayer Beans Raji, last spot, or rather, Web Lanthorn Raji, last spot for Phaler. And Phaler getting us started with a very quick score here from from Pamitha, I should say. And she took Prayer Beads, so she was back, at least until she got banished just then. Deluge explodes, it does bring Pamitha back. Series of Bottled Voids cause chaos, the likes of which only Bottled Void can create. Somehow it is Phaler who emerges from that absolute mayhem and gets a, what must have been Siege Chance throw off there, because that was more than 15 damage. There's once again the Bottled Void activating, but Phaler getting very aggressive with his banishments. And Phaler once again seeing an opening here, and seizing it with, once again, a Seize Chance Worm Throw. Core keeps it simple here. Goes in for the 12 damage Worm Throw. Core blocks, banished. Phaler with Pamitha, also blocks, also banished. Worm Showdown. Phaler emerges, goes to the throw. That looks like that might be short, though. Just barely. Core. Big explosions. Needs to make something out of it. And this could be the chance he's looking for, because that is Seize Chance active on that Worm Throw, so the full 25 that go round. Oh, and Phaler inches away from getting in with Pamitha there. Stowaway, blocked, banished, brought back, activated the Bottled Void. And of course, as we were saying, that means chaos ensued. Phaler, quick enough to avoid the range of Bottled Void and get a 25 damage Seize Chance throw off here. So many of these scores coming from the Seize Chance Worms, although this time it's Pamitha. I think Phaler took Prayer Beads on her, didn't he? Yeah, she's back. But there is Core throwing in for 13, dropping Phaler down to an even 50. But for what it's worth, a Seize Chance Worm score does potentially give Phaler enough damage here. Anything else would fall just short. And I believe that was Core activating a Stunning Claim, freezing Phaler, preventing him from defending against that play. Stowaway taken out. Or perhaps looking to bring her back, though. to activate that Ball of Void, but she comes back the old-fashioned way. Does still cause some chaos, though.
Brutish.
Snadra down. Stowaway returns, only to be banished, but brought back. Chaos again. Phaler ends up with it, though. With Pamitha, does just enough to avoid the Ball of Void, and plunges for 20, dropping Core down to just 1 Pyre life. Oh, and that was a game-saving defensive play from Core there. That would have been the winning score for Phaler, had he not done that. For now, anything will do for Phaler, of course. 1 damage, all he needs. Core still needs at least 2. In some situations, possibly as much as 3 scores here.
The orb is up.
Pamitha, oh, once again, inches away. Lots of chaos, though, happening in front of Core's Pyre, which is probably not where he'd like that to be happening. He'd much rather all that nonsense happen in front of Phaler's Pyre. Make it easier for him to follow up for the score there. And now, 1-score game, either player. So sudden death it is, and here comes Snadra for the winning plunge.
The dissidents prevail. I thought for certain they would not.
GG.
The rite is done.
Well played, you two. Now let's head on back.
Until the next rite.
Alright, Core says 1 more and then he's out. Does that work for you, Anor? Oh, perhaps? Perhaps he just wanted to truly embrace the chaos by turning Customize off, so randomize exiles, masteries, and talismans. Won't even get to see what they are in advance. So we shall see. Just gonna get thrown straight into it. Could still do an arena, could still do a specific song if either of those things are of interest. He did, for what it's worth, he did say 2 more before. He did say this is the number of games he was going to play before swapping out. He did stay true to his word. Alright, looks like that'll be it though, so of course, no idea what we're gonna see with this matchup, but only time will tell. I mean, you can bank on, what, at least 1 cursed talisman.
The dissidents versus
Nest,
the fate.
Harp, Crone, Worm for Core, Nomad, Sap, Cur for Phaler. It is Thrash Pack. Phaler does have Barker, for whatever that's worth.
Indeed.
Although, then again, Core is playing as the Dissonance today, and he's the one getting us started with a 20 damage throw from Zaxiana. So not really sure who gets the home song advantage in this case. Okay, we think we did just see Core has the Harp's Loot with Zaxiana, because he was able to switch into Vorford here. He actually has 2 out of 3 of the members of the Beyonders. A little bit hard to tell, given how his raiments are the distant color, but the only non-Beyonder there is Lady River. All modded characters, I guess, for what it's worth, but alas, that's all on his side. Here comes Zaxiana. She's blocked, but does switch. Now it's Phaler with Snadra. Shoulder smashes the defender, which I think even surprised Phaler for a second there.
Within the order.
Barker. Lucky Break will bring him back quickly. Core able to sneak through for a 15 damage throw with his Worm. Snadra taken out. Here's Barker, and he makes it through. Good for 20. Snadra takes out Forfeit, as well as Lady River. That leaves just Zaxiana back defensively. She gets rid of Snadra and nearly bulldozes her way through into the Pyre, but Phaler able to wall her off. Snadra does a little dance, avoids the defender, and makes it all the way through there with her moonwalking special.
The dissidents seem to be falling
Ooh, Failure with nearly a clever maneuver there to make his way around the defender and still get to the orb. But here comes Core. That throw would have been unblockable, but Failure with the last second banishment to stop it from happening. Oh, big banishment there, though. But look at that. I believe that was a lucky break respawn from Barker, and that not only saved the score, Failure turns right around and plunges for 20. Huge swing there. Both players just trying to banish one or two of the opposing team's exiles before making their move. Here comes Core. That throw is unblockable, and he does get it off this time, but he does cut it a little bit short to make that happen. Just 18 there. Failure back with Barker, but he's taken out. So is Zaxiana. For Frit, loops around, going for the throw. I think he did get it off, though. Again, cuts it very short, just 12 here. Somehow, some way, Barker finds his way through there. That means one score, potentially all that Failure needs here. Snadra or Palmas would have enough. No Barker in this round after plunging, though. So numbers advantage to Core in that way. Core not that far off himself, but does still need theoretically 2 or more. Failure may have some rekindling with Palmas. He does, of course, have a sap. Haven't been paying close enough attention to notice whether we think he does have rekindling masteries, but now, if not for rekindling, Core would only need 1 more. So this might be sudden death here. Of course, there's always the chance of an unexpected right light for 20 rekindling from the talisman spot. Since we had randomized exiles and everything, we don't know for certain, but Failure with Barker finishes the game.
Although their adversaries put up quite an effort.
GG.
The rite is complete.
Well played. Let's head on back.
Until the stars align.
Alright, so I think we said we were looking to swap out Core here and get Anor in. So thanks for stopping by, Core. And we will now send that invite to Anor. Let us know, chat, if there's anything you'd like to see between Anor and Failure to lead things off, or if you'd like to give Anor a chance to warm up before we throw anything at her. Let's at the very least turn Customize back on, unless that's something we want to reactivate here for this one. And we should probably double check. Anor, you go in controller today? And if so, we should double check who's going to be player 1 and who's going to be player 2. Okay. If someone could just either move the cursor or... Is that Anor on player 1? Anor's player 1? Okay, gotcha. What are you going for today, Anor? Is it going to be Nightwings? Yes? Okay. Gotcha. There we are. Alright. So, anything we'd like for this one here? Or are we just going to have these two take whatever they'd like to take to lead off our Anor versus Failure showdown here? Preset masteries. It has been a long time since we last saw that. Okay.
Lids, that's the song.
Oh, wait. Song. Gotcha. 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 Okay. Will that be all? Looks like it may be. Alright, so let's get going.
The Night Wings shall confront the fate. Welcome.
Alright, so first match
Who shall conduct the rites?
between Anor and Failure today. And Honora leads quick throwing stowaway. Whereas Phaler leads quick throwing Ulmer. Webb, Lanthorn, Tizo, second spot for Honor there. Some defense to accompany her offensive selections she led off with. Okay, they're all left side, so Speedy saluting Pamitha with prayer beads, so she'll come back from banishment if she plunges. And Honor finishes with a super speedy Bertrude. And Phaler goes Web Lanthorn on Raji. So here we are, our first showdown between Phaler and Honor for today. Series of banishments to lead things off quickly here. It's Ulmer though. His throw is intercepted. And now it's Honor on the counterattack. Her quick throw does make it in for 20. Both Savages teleport to the orb and instantly take each other out. Phaler's attempt number 2, well, banishes everybody. But Honor's the first to get someone back, and once again it is the stowaway. So you think Phaler delayed a little bit there. And in doing so, now Honor is the one with more banished exiles. Phaler tries to brute force his way through with Pamitha, but she is stopped. Bertrude stopped as well. Pamitha through the portal, instantly answered. Stowaway, trying to go ninja strats there. Phaler was not going to let it happen. But here's Tizo in a very offensive position for Honor, not usually the character she'd like to have there. He is usually more of a defensive specialist. He did set up a portal right next to Phaler's Pyre, or Honor could just throw it in with the stowaway here for 20. Ulmer teleports, but is banished, as is the stowaway. Bertrude for Honor sneaks around all of the defenders, but does eventually go down. Stowaway banished as well. Phaler tries to teleport to the orb with Ulmer, but he's stopped. Honor trying to bide time, at least until Bertrude returns, because here she is. She's pushed away from the Pyre. Phaler accidentally goes through his own portal, taking him to the other side of the arena, meaning plenty of time and space for Bertrude to throw that one in for the full 30 damage. And now Honor just needs one more score to finish the job. Bertrude, and there it is.
The night wings prevail. Most excellently done this time, I must admit.
GG.
Thus end this night's proceedings.
All right, let's head on back.
Until the stars align.
All right, and we have our song locked in here for one more match, but other than that, it is up to you guys. Is there anything we'd like to see for our next match here? Not seeing anything, so barring any last-second requests, we'll just have these two take whatever they'd like. So let's make it happen.
Night Wings shall take on the fate. Welcome. Who shall conduct the rites?
Alright, and Anor leads off with a Webbed Lanthorn Tizo. Of course, this is the Imp Arena. Anor was the person earlier today who, when I was playing in this arena, had said, embrace the imps. How much does Phaler read into that? She says it again! I don't know. Is she playing mind games with us? Or is this perhaps just the first of many imps? Because Phaler also leads imp. Oh, Phaler was praising the imps earlier today as well. Now that I think of it. I don't know. We might be in for a special treat here. We might be, Core. We might be. Alright, that's a speedy messenger imp. Now, the imps generally tend to be much more defensively oriented than offensively oriented, but if you are, dare I say, potentially, theoretically, making an imp of entire team, making a team of entirely imps, you do want to make sure that you're getting some offense from somewhere, which both players do to a certain extent with their second pick there. Phaler going for the Titan Tooth, so he will stun anyone that he flies into. Yeah, that's right. A team for every imps. Alright, and Anor does go all in on the imps, also takes the Titan Tooth for the stuns on that last spot, and is Phaler gonna go all in on the imps as well? He has yet to take the Webbed Lanthorn, most common defensive pick for imps. Yeah, and Anor went for the speed for messenger imps, so that's where she's getting a little bit of additional offensive firepower. And there it is, triple imp versus triple imp. Isle of Kalamer. You love to see it. Let the chaos begin. And somehow, Phaler finds his way all the way in there for 25 damage. That is the other thing. If you have imps that have that extra 10 damage mastery, if you can make a point of scoring with them, then it definitely does start to add up much more quickly. And Phaler, oh, I was gonna say, found an opening there and may have been best served just to go in for the plunge. Would have lost his imp in the process, but opted to try to sneak in the quick throw, but was not quick enough. Anor does go for the throw and does have time for it, for the full 25, no less. So both players able to score with their 25 damage imps, with their first scores. Phaler with was a very dangerous portal setup. Now both players with portals that are taking them roughly to midfield. Not a huge factor there, but imp portal placement can definitely be another deciding factor when it comes to setting up your offense with these types of teams. Phaler blocked. Dangerous portal though. Roughly the same distance from as Anor's portal is from the opposing Pyre though. Phaler, last second save from what would have been a 25 damage throw. Phaler's portal now perhaps inching even closer, while Anor's portal goes slightly further away. So, matches like this, triple imp versus triple imp, really can be a game of inches. But Phaler stopped there. Now Anor suddenly the one with the better portal placement. Oh, sneaks around. Nearly made it through there, but I believe both players stunned each other with Titan Tooth. Hence the little pause there. A little break in the action. Pyre back on it. Tries to go through his portal, but is immediately banished there.
None left unscathed.
Might be waiting for reinforcements now. As for a second, he had only one imp remaining. Although this is one of the situations where, oh, the stun gave him enough time for the full 25 damage throw. Very well done there from Pyre. For a second, looked like he was going to have to settle for just a well-placed portal and maybe follow up with a different imp to try to get the score. But the opportunity presented itself, and nearly presented itself there as well. Titan Tooth once again. So very good offensive pressure with the Titan Tooth here from Pyre, where he is stunning the defender, and then either following up for the plunge afterward, or occasionally even having enough time for a throw. Now it's Nor, stunning with Titan Tooth and returning the favor. Wall of imps blocking Pyre, but he is still first in the orb here. Through his portal he goes, but he does still get banished. Nor. Oh, Titan Tooth stunned Pyre. And so now, suddenly, we are tied up at 25 Pyre life apiece. And at least, if either player can make a point of scoring with their higher damage imps, one score would be all they need, and maybe that is the case here for Nor. And that it is.
The Night Wings prevail. A victory so narrowly achieved.
GG.
Thus more glorious. The ceremony is complete.
All right, let's head on back.
Until the next rite.
And now we will reset our song. We have gone through our preset themes there, but let us know if there's anything else we'd like to see or hear for this next one. Nor is turning Customize off. So once again, randomize Exiles, Masteries, and Talismans. Could still do an arena. Could still do a song. But everything else is accounted for here in that case. So let's see what we're getting ourselves into.
The Night Wings
It's the book
now face the fate.
Nomad Double Worm for Pyre, or rather for Nor. For Pyre, it is Sap, Crone,
Where the atmosphere
and Savage. Lendl for Nor. Nor checking to see if she has the worm salutes. She does not on either of her worms. Does have Lendl's Sacred Bond to bring back people when they are banished by stepping on their portraits. Perhaps not that effective, though, when you already have worms, which, like that, might have Valiant Return. Here is Pyre, starting things off with a 25 damage plunge from his Crone. Pyre does have the Savage Salute Luminous Idol there on, I believe that was Deluge for Nor.
a swift recovery.
But Pyre teleports the orb once again, saw it was unclaimed, and hops on in there for 20. Udmilda also going in for 30 here. Pyre with a lot of momentum, but no Bertrude in this round. Oh, rather, Udmilda, but he won't need her if he goes in with Gareth.
Nearly ended.
Oh, and Udmilda automatically passes the orb with Bright Wisp, it seems. Over to Manly, who also has Luminous Idol? Do both players have a Luminous Idol talisman? And from this range, that might be unblockable. But the unexpected 20 rekindling from RITE Light keeps Nor in this, but Pyre sneaks under the defender for the winning plunge.
Their fire yet burns with vigor and resolve.
That was pretty unlucky, though.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure I've heard Nor say on several prior occasions she is not a big fan of the worms. So end up with 2 worms on her team,
Stars align.
and a Nomad is just kinda hard to fight off against what seemed to be a very effective Savage setup, and not a bad Udmilda either for Phaler. Also, she's definitely not a fan of the book. She has made that well known too. Alright, well, we will turn Customize back on, unless, of course, we'd like to turn it back off for this next one. So let us know if there's anything we'd like to see for our next match. Otherwise, we'll just have them take whatever they'd like. And so, we shall do that.
The Night Wings.
Okay, I heard the water. For a second there, I wasn't sure if this was going to be fall or boat, which I'm actually not sure we've seen yet today.
Who shall conduct the rites?
No request for this one, so you are welcome to take whatever you'd like here. And Anor opts to go full left side, so speed and saluting ability on Pamitha with prayer beads. Phaler goes Ninja Almer with banishing throws. Anor, some second thoughts there, but does eventually choose to break out the classic nutrition stick on Volfred. Oh, and look at this. Very aggressive from Phaler. Goes for a second Ninja Savage, this time a quick throwing stowaway. And a Speedy Jody is the last selection for Anor. Oh, Phaler, don't get my hopes up like that. But what about Gareth? No, he goes for a Titan Tooth on Raji instead. Phaler, banishing with the throws, getting rid of the defenders, and following up with the plunge here. Phaler first the orb, and throws it in this time with the stowaway for 20. Phaler teleports the orb, so he gets there first, banishes one with a throw, banishes two with the throw, and we saw this on the first round. Follows up with the plunge here from Almer. Does Anor have an answer? This time she intercepts. Here comes Volfred. Oh, but Phaler snipes him out. Anor trying to get that orb with Jody without getting banished by Raji. But they both go down, and that means opportunity here for the stowaway. Her throw's intercepted, though. Pamitha for Anor. Retreats a little bit, buys some time until Jody returns, switches into Jody. She makes it in for 30 on that plunge. But she's now out for this round. Pamitha switched into Volfred, who was close to the Pyre, but did get banished. As did Almer. Anor, I think, anticipating the Savage salute there, but Phaler wasn't biting. Volfred's back, but not quick enough on the throw. Stowaway taken out before she could execute the jump there, or salute. Although Almer,
Almer flung the orb into the flames.
he sneaks through for 18 on this throw,
The fate's pyre
but
now
is quickly
burns
taken out this time.
brighter.
Stowaway gets rid of the orb with her throw, giving it to Jody. Knocks back one of the defenders, but gets stopped by the second and Titan Tooth stunned to follow up with the banishment. Failer banishes with Almer's throw, and banishes again with Almer's throw, but that sapling does just enough to stop him there. Titan Tooth again, setting up the Jody banishment for Failer. Almer banishes one, but then gets banished. Again, that sapling, perhaps stopping Failer on this occasion. Jody back just in time to stop the teleporting Savage from picking up the orb. Here's Jody once again. Jody one side, Fulford the other. Jody taken out. And that leaves just Pamitha suddenly. Sonor again, biding her time, hiding out within the safety of that sapling. At least until Jody re-emerges here, but she's quickly taken out. Fulford is back though. But he's quickly taken out. So does Sonor once again retreat. That she does. Jody has returned. And, Pamitha pushes Jody a little bit closer, but she can't quite make it in for the plunge there. Oh, and the stowaway. Almost had an opening there. But here's Fulfred. Blinks the other side. Blinks close now. But he's taken out. Jody and Pamitha for Nor. Now just Pamitha. And Failer picks up that loose orb.
Tay flung the orb into the flame.
Throwing it in for 20.
Now to the flame.
Failer banishes one, but that sapling once again, causing some trouble, although Failer finds the angle that time, after quickly teleporting to the orb with his other Savage. And now one more of those. Savage throws is all that Failer needs. Oh, and that could have been it right there. Does he go for it? No. He's banished before he can finish the throw or plunge. Both Savages taken out here for Failer now. It's a brief moment for Nor to breathe a sigh of relief and now go on the offensive here.
Alas for Dodariel.
Pamitha blocked with Titan Tooth no less, but switches out of it well. Fulfred. It's gonna say, it looked like she had that blink lined up pretty well for a plunge, goes right next to the Pyre, and then sets up the quick throw. Almer taken out by the sapling once again. A thorn in his side. Jody and Pamitha. Jody blocked with the Titan Tooth, but Pamitha's still going. Sneaks around one defender and in for 20. I believe she had prayer beads. That she did. Snore still at full strength, however, Failer applying a lot of pressure here. And gets it in for the winning throw.
The fate prevailed. The scribes themselves surely have taken note. The rite is done.
GG. All right, let's head on back. Well played, you two.
Until the next rite.
All right, and let us know, chat, if there's anything you'd like to see for the next one. Otherwise, we'll just have them take whatever they'd like for this one. Anor is setting the arena to the Pit of Malith, an arena that I'm not sure we've seen yet today, and is choosing exiles. Savages, you'll love to see it. You do love to see it. All three. All three. The question here becomes, there is significant potential to either bounce off the walls with jumps and or throws. And is that something that the players will try to do here, or do they keep it simple and go for the more traditional, straight into the pyre approach? We shall see.
Night Wings versus the Fate. Welcome.
All right, so we know it's Triple Savage.
Conduct the rites.
Ninja Savage at that, in the case of the Stowaway. She goes Quick Throw. But Phaler leads Titan Tooth there on Almer. That's interesting. Didn't see that one coming as much. For a second there, it looked like he was perhaps going to match exactly the same setup that Nor did with her first selection. A little bit of an unconventional selection there from Manor as well, going for the potential, at least, for the quicker respawn there on Gareth. So for a second, it looked like Anor was going to go all in on the throws, but she has not really done so. And now Phaler goes for the prayer beads, which, especially after seeing the, was it Titan Tooth in the first selection? Seems like he's going more for the plunging route, perhaps. Anor goes banishing throws on Almer. Now, what does Phaler finish with on Gareth? He goes Ninja Savage, quick throws. All right, here we are. Triple Savage versus Triple Savage in the Pit of Malith. Lots of potential for some very interesting things here. Tough to say. Phaler might have very quickly bounced off the wall there, but otherwise did make it in for 20 damage score, and Anor is trying to go off the wall here. First went for the jump, then tried to follow up with the throw, but was not quick enough on that before she got banished, and I think, once again, tried to go off the wall there. Phaler backs it up. He's going off the wall and in! He nailed it. 20 damage on that plunge. With his prayer beads, Savage, no less. Anor, oh, she nearly had that one. Now, for what it's worth, characters will sometimes auto-target the Pyre when it comes to throws. So it does oftentimes, on this occasion, if you are trying to bounce off the walls with your throws, take a little bit longer to redirect that auto-target so that you are going off the wall instead. I believe that was bouncing off the wall and in with a jump on Anor's side. Oh, the Stowaway's momentum practically takes her into the Pyre, though she did not have the orb at the time. Stowaway teleports 2 inches behind herself to pick up the orb, and goes for the off-the-wall throw, but off-target that time around. And now no one back defensively for Anor. Phaler, oh. Is he going straight in that time, or was he gonna end up going off the wall? Opportunity for Anor here. Off the wall with the throw, off target though. So Phaler able to stop her. Phaler now off the wall throw, but short. Picks it up and plunges. Both Savages banish each other upon teleporting to the orb, but Anor had more Savages, and so she has time to go off the wall and in. Once again, a lot of Savages teleporting to the orb simultaneously and taking each other out.
That was the last of them.
Except usually that means whoever has more exiles has the advantage, as was the case here for Phaler. But now he is down 1 exile.
We are finished here.
Phaler thinks about off the wall, but is off target.
That was all of them.
Everyone banished, but Honor the first to get someone back. Honor off the wall with a throw, but it just falls right back at her feet. Phaler, not quite that time. Honor scoops up the orb. Off the wall with a jump. But this time blocked. Teleports back and off the wall and in with a jump. Does pull it off here. Phaler needs one, Honor needs two. Honor's down one exile.
Oh, you poor.
And now defenseless. Who's getting someone back first? Looks like it'll be Almer for Phaler. Here he is, off the wall and in for the winning plunge.
The fate prevailed. And such a well-conducted victory it was.
GG.
The rite is complete.
You love to see those every now and again. The off-the-wall
Until
throws
the
and
stars
jumps.
align.
Alright, well let us know, chat, if there's anything you'd like to see for the next one. Otherwise, we'll, at the very least, reset our arena. Core says, it is time for us to revisit the Glade. Anything else, Core, or is that all you had in mind? Or anyone else, for that matter. Grand Ceremony, says I wrote her, that is a fitting time to do it. But it seems at the moment as though that may be all. So let's get this one started up.
The Night Wings shall take on the fate. Welcome. Who shall conduct the rites?
So no requests affecting your team composition here. It is up to you to go in whatever direction you would like. Nowhere goes Numbing Gust, Nutrition Stick Volfred. No rekindling there, notably. All left side. Phaler goes Prayer Beads Pamitha with the saluting ability to switch places with her closest ally.
Tizo.
Then Honor does take some rekindling, though it's actually coming from Tizo in the talisman spot on this occasion. Phaler goes quick throwing Bertrude and also takes that Crone salute so he can transform all of Honor's exiles into defenseless howlers once during this match. Then a Meta Jody in the last spot for Honor. Quick throws that can banish opposing players. And last one for Failure is a Webbed Lanthorn Stubborn Flame Crone. Don't see him take crones like that very often. There's an ore here, though, with Volfred. And now just Jody. Through the portal she goes, though, with infinite stamina, and that makes her very fast. And just barely sneaks in that 30 damage throw in time before she goes down. Volfred got the orb, shielded, but got pushed back, and eventually does get banished. Jody, waiting for that portal to pop up so she can get that stamina boost. But Failure has it guarded. So it's Volfred instead. Moving in, and maybe enough time for the throw here. From some ranges, those sap throws are unblockable. And I believe that time that was Stubborn Flame, reducing Anor's damage by 10. As is the case whenever Anor is in the lead. Thanks to that mastery on Vorfit for Failure. Look at that, there it is, confirmation. 20 damage on the plunge from the speedy Jody, especially after going through that portal for the infinite stamina. That means no Jody for this round now. Failure, Pamitha. Might have been about to switch, but she does go down before she can execute it. Valinor is waiting for Volfred to return. Here he is. But he's quickly taken out as well. Anor safely puts that orb within the sapling.
Into the adversary's flame.
And moves Tiso up to set up a more dangerous portal. But Failure had it guarded. Anor goes through it to banish most of Failure's exiles, but not all of them. So Bertrude slowly inches forward and is looking for that unblockable throw, but didn't quite have the range to get it. While Anor is looking to go through that very dangerous portal, but it's actually Failure who has the exile in scoring position here. Volfred. Chased into the corner, and not enough time to get the throw off. Pamitha hard pushes her way through. Volfred again. Bertrude, her throw, just enough on it. Good for 30, and that means now one more score, all that Failure may need to at least trigger Anor's rekindling, but remember she does have 20 actually coming from Tiso, his talisman. Jody, all by herself. Oh, well, lucky bounce off of the sapling there. Needs a little more room for Jody to maneuver around here, though, although Failure has now gotten those exiles back. Oh, and Jody actually got banished after going through the portal. I think Anor was looking to get rid of Failure's exile and get the infinite stamina on Jody and speed on through for a potential scoring play. Big double banishment there. And Anor with just Tiso. It's not really looking to go on the offensive just yet. Jody, oh, the portal has moved, and it's not taking her very far. Does still give her the infinite stamina, though, which is all she needs here to set up this throw, which means now Anor only needs one score, and Failure does not have rekindling, I don't believe. There is Anor's rekindling activating, and so now we have what is truly a sudden death match. Although, Failure's Stubborn Flame is active now, isn't it? Which means Jody is actually the only exile with enough damage to finish Failure in one score. Anyone else would need two. So that Stubborn Flame, very impactful at the moment. Failure nearly had what would have been the winning score just then. Anor waiting for the right moment. Jody banishes one, but then gets banished. So does Anor force the issue here with Jody, or settle for a small score with another exile, even if that is not enough to finish it in one go? Because if it is all Jody here, then perhaps it becomes a little predictable for Failure, and therefore easier to defend. Whereas Failure has a little more flexibility, could be anyone here. Numbing Gust active, slowing him down, but finds a way through for the winning plunge.
Perhaps a stroke of fortune ought to be thanked.
GG.
Well played.
The rite is done.
Very well played. Good
This
match.
is actually a terrible matchup for Stubborn Flame either way. but
Until the
Wet
next
Lanthorn is decent.
right.
Wet Lanthorn is Dees? That might be the understatement of the year.
Well, on a crone.
Oh, I see what
against
you're saying.
Demon
Yeah.
With Celestial Spike.
The salute! Did you ever use the salute, Phaler?
No, I don't need to.
Who needs the salute? Just the presence of it. Just the mere threat of him using it at some point was enough, apparently. Just gotta play mind games with your opponent.
Crone's best mastery is.
All an elaborate ruse. Alright, well let us know, chat, if there's anything we'd like to see for the next one. Alright. Back we go. Turning Customize off for randomized Exiles, Masteries, and Talismans. Anor wants to give this another shot. Things did not go terribly well last time she went this route. Never to return Nightwings, then Fate. Okay. Could also do an arena. That is the one thing we have left here that could still be activated when we have Customize turned off. Then again, this is Customize off. There's always the chance. There's going to be one. At least one Cursed Talisman, but you can never rule out the triple Cursed Talisman. That might happen. That might just happen. Alright, looks like this will be it. So let's jump in.
The Nightwings shall confront.
Alright, for Nord. Kerr, Harp, and Nomad. Phaler, Sap, Demon, and Worm. I saw a lucky break there. I didn't catch what the other word was. But this is Phaler,
The scribes.
getting us started with a 30 damage Demon Plunge. No prayer beads on Vizpaleth, so she's gone for this round though. Dalbert for Nor. Now Snadra. Snadra taken out. Saxiana, waiting for reinforcements. No Harp salute for Saxiana. Anor just checked. Not seeing how many jumps Dalbert has here. Luminous Idol on, was that Snadra? No. Someone on Phaler's side then it must have been. It was close to Snadra at the time. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to end up calling Saxiana Pamatha on a few occasions, given the color of her raiments. Oh, it's Luminous Idol on Lady River for Phaler. That's not bad.
The orb flies true.
Does help her speed in for this 14 damage throw a little more easily. And or first the orb there. Did she get extra jumps on? Whoa.
The fires
Dalbert,
flow.
seemingly, perhaps. No prayer beads. No built-in prayer beads either from him.
All of
Oh,
the
and
Nightwings
Phaler
vanished.
sneaks past the defender.
Orb has hit the mark.
Sets up the 30 damage throw here. Phaler also had the additional starting power life, seemingly from Vizpaleth, presumably.
It is taken.
Speaking of which, here she is. Blocked, but not banished. So Phaler follows up and makes it in.
The rite has nearly ended. The orb is
Dalbert has at least 2 jumps, and that's enough to get the orb there. Saxiana makes it in.
quenches the flame.
Good for 20, as I was saying before. I believe we saw Phaler get extra starting power life from Vizpaleth's Mastery, which is why Phaler was still above 100 there.
No sign of the fate.
Ooh, Numbing Gust slows Nor down, but might still have enough time to get Delbert in here. Does need to make sure she doesn't walk into that sapling, though, and does take the time to loop around and in for 20 with Delbert. Takes out the sapling with Soxiana. Gets it back. But now blocked and banished, and suddenly, a lot of time and space
And it is done.
for the winning throw.
The fate prevailed. Their adversaries did not even come close.
GG.
Thus end this night's proceedings.
Yeah, glance down at the bottom left corner there. It's like, oh, both of Anora's exiles are banished for 12 seconds. Yeah, that's not a good look.
Until the stars align.
Alright, we did have the Never to Return Fate, I assume, was the other one you had done? I read her right? Yeah, Fate was the second one. We'll turn Customize back on, unless there is something else we'd like to do here, unless we want to turn Customize back off. Delbert had Leech, Snadra had the Presence Stone. Baylor's Worm had the Luminous Idol. Don't know if I figured out what any of the other talismans were.
Well, Jody didn't have prayer beads.
Yeah, we saw several people did not have prayer beads, for sure.
And also not any of the throwing talismans I would have seen.
Mm-hmm. Alright, not seeing any other requests here, so it looks like it'll be just the song for this one.
No curse talismans, actually. We saw everyone get banished.
And we've had a few customized off matches, I think, now with no cursed talismans, which is very odd.
The Night Wings versus
Oh,
the Fate.
well,
Welcome.
we do find ourselves
Who shall conduct the rites?
back at the pit. Of course, I believe it was Nor who made the request for this arena previously, combined with
Hey,
all savages, and we saw the off-the-wall shenaniganry. No requests to lock that in this time, but both players do start off with what I believe is exactly the same setup they led with last time we saw this setup, at least for the arena. And Nor says triple savage. I don't know. Phaler says yes. Will they take each other's word for it, though?
exile.
Anor mixes it up, though. Goes for the bouncing casts this time, with the most stylish man in the downside. Whereas Phaler goes for prayer beans on Gareth. Banishing throws on Ulmer in the last spot there for Nor, and now Phaler. Does he also lock in the third Savage? That he does with the range throws on the Stowaway. So here we are. Very similar to the triple Savage matchup that we saw here previously, in which they made a concerted effort to bounce off the wall with throws and jumps and plunges. We have the Savages here. Will they still go for the off-the-wall stuff this time as well, though? I think we've already seen Anor at least initially go that route, although teleports to the orb that was right in front of the Pyre and basically goes for an instant plunge there.
Flung with force force of will.
Phaler throws it straight in this time, though, for 20.
Too close to call who shall prevail as yet.
Nor with Almer.
A nearly
Straight in here
negligible effort.
for just 8.
Oh,
Gonna see a lot of those savages teleporting to the orb simultaneously and taking each other out. Happened last time, and do expect to see it more here as well.
now to the flame.
Nor with the stowaway. Gives it to the opposing player, then teleports onto them to take them out, and then Phaler bounces off the wall and in here for 20. That was with Ulmer, though. I think Gareth does have prayer beads, so if possible, Phaler would like to do that with Gareth. Momentarily, Phaler defenseless there. Anor takes out that last defender, though. Going for the off-the-wall throws, but unsuccessful. Oh, and that one was very odd, the trajectory there. It just went nowhere after bouncing off the wall. Phaler straight at him with the jump, though.
Vanished.
Once again, trading the exiles, but that was Phaler's last one. Oh, but Anor with the off-the-wall play, he looked at the angle there, it looked good.
Flame.
But Pyre Physics said otherwise. Oh, Phaler off the wall and does land that for 20, and that drops Anor down to 20.
No more than a lick of flame.
So one more, perhaps all Phaler needs here. But suddenly, no one back defensively for Anor. At least not until the stowaway comes back.
The Phaeton
Does make the defensive play here now. She has an opportunity here to go off the wall and in with her throw. Gareth, or rather, Ulmer, now back to Gareth. Stowaway, teleports, oh, but the throw does not bounce the way Anor had hoped it would. Phaler with the stowaway. Loops around off the wall,
It is done.
takes a few steps afterwards, but we'll give it to him.
Fate prevail. Their pyre burns, whilst that of their adversaries is but ash.
GG.
The ceremony is complete.
Well played, you two. Let's head on back.
Until the next rite.
Alright, and heads up, if anyone in chat is interested in getting in on the action, Anor is volunteering to swap out. Let us know if anyone would like to get in here, otherwise we'll just... Well, otherwise let us know if there's anything you'd like to see between Anor and Phaler. Not seeing anyone saying they want to jump in here, though. So perhaps acting on the assumption that this is still Anor against Phaler. Are there any requests? Because we do not have any as of yet. So let's get them back in here.
The Night Wings shall take on the fate.
So we're at the cairn.
Welcome.
No requests.
Who shall conduct the rites?
So you can take whatever you'd like here. Well, well, well. Isn't that interesting?
Dogbert.
Phaler goes Titan-Toothed Dalbert. Nor goes for the quicker respawning on Headwind. Prayer Beans Rookie for Failure. Prayer Beans Pamitha in the last spot for Nor. And Failure goes for the extra aura size on Raji to finish things off. Failure, stuns with the Cur, with the Titan Tooth, and went for the salute there, even though it doesn't do anything for the Curs, but still had time to follow up with his other Cur for the 20 damage plunge. And speaking of Curs, there's the other Cur plunging for 20 that time. No prayer beads on that Cur, though. So now Failure Dalbertless in this round. It's a very large aura, though, for Raji after Failure chose to take that talisman. And there is a little bit of the Can Singularity Chaos coming from Anor. Perhaps helping to clear out some space for Pamitha to throw this one in for 20. But it's once again Cur Plunge for Failure. But once again, or at least that time, was not with his Prayer Beads Cur. This time it is, though. So Failure remains at full strength here, and that was potentially a game-winning save, because Failure just needed one more score there and nearly still followed up for the winning plunge afterward because he had the Titan Tooth stunned. Anor recovers just in time. Anor using Tizo as a Can Singularity Sacrificial Lamb. But Failure sneaks in for the winning plunge.
It was a glorious performance, I must say.
Anor agrees.
Is ended.
Core, less so. Alright, well played, you two. Let's head on back.
Until the next round.
Why do you think I took it? One must embrace the memeage. Alright, anything else here we'd like to see between...
Honestly.
Anything between Anor and Failure? Or anyone who would like to swap in for Anor? Anor was saying earlier she's happy to swap out if anyone else would like to jump in here. Not seeing anyone who is looking to get in, though, nor am I seeing any requests here. If we are to keep Anor and Failure, I suppose if that is the case, then let us know what you would like to see. But it looks like we'll just be going in with them, taking whatever they'd like.
The Night Wings.
And it's back at the book.
The fate. Welcome.
Anor's favorite arena.
Who shall conduct the rites?
Rookie lead for Anor. Dalbert lead, Failure. That was about as far as the plan went. So Nor goes with the second Cur. First one had the Titan Tooth for the stuns, then went for the Banishing Throws on the second one. Phaler also led with the Titan Tooth for the stuns, now goes for the Prayer Beads for the plunging support. Embrace the memes, Anor says. She goes Prayer Beads on her third and final Cur. Whereas Phaler goes Scribe Rock for the larger aura. So here we are, 6 Curs on the book, and somewhat predictably, leading off with a double Titan Tooth stun. The Phaler, the quicker one to get the orb back and follow up with the plunge here. And that was with his Prayer Beads Cur, no less, so he still is at full strength here. Once again, the double Titan Tooth stun. Phaler once again first the orb, but he's the one who still has the Titan Tooth stun working in his favor. Setting up another 20 damage plunge, though I believe that was with his Titan Tooth Cur, so that means he is now at just 2 Curs. Not that it matters here, as he's still able to plunge in here, and that was his Prayer Beads Cur that time. So he's once again back at full strength, and once again, we're getting the double Titan Tooth stun. Phaler follows up for another 20 damage plunge. This one, I believe, once again, was the Titan Tooth one. So he has just 2 Curs here, and now it is Anor who's the only one getting the stun support. That is a large Parker. Dalbert for Anor. Sidesteps, passes back. And now it is just Ruki. He stuns, but is quickly answered. Comes back quickly, though, with Lucky Break. Two-pronged attack from Phaler. But now Anor on the counterattack. She's a lot of room here. And plunges for 20 with Dalbert. He was the one with Prayer Beads for her, so that was her preferred score. Double Titan Tooth stun. Phaler first to the orb, though, and follows up for the winning plunge.
Accomplished effortlessly, I might add. The rite is ended.
GG. Alright. Yeah, you know, when you saw both players take that Cur in the first slot on the book, you were wondering if you're gonna see the triple Cur showdown. And that it was. Alright, anything else we would like to see here for this one? Anor says she needs a couple minutes. Alright, no worries. Let us know, chat, if there's anything that we would like to set up for this next one in the meantime. Anything devious we have to throw at Anor to surprise her with when she returns and then immediately start up the rite before she gets a chance to see what it was that we requested? Core, every other time this happens to you, this is your one opportunity to return the favor for whatever it's worth. I mean, what? No, we totally don't conspire against Core to do this every time he leaves momentarily. No, of course not. I don't know what you're talking about. No devious tricks up our sleeves, though? Perhaps not. Just gonna let Honor off easy this time. Maybe we start up the match as soon as she returns. Okay, boat. Maybe we start up the match as soon as she returns anyway, and make her think that we've done all this devious stuff. Okay, no, now we break it out. Now we break it out, okay. Wait, what? Okay. The song, Ron, that's very different. I saw the word Ron was the first thing. I was like, what? She's returned! Quick, start! 0 masteries! No, I wasn't fast enough! Wait! Honor, you see nothing! You see nothing! Don't look! You see nothing! Avert your gaze! You see nothing! Oh my goodness, would you look at that? We're on the boat. And also, customize turned off. We get thrown straight into it. I can't believe it. Let's see, we have a demon, a cur, and a crone for Honor, and she starts with an astral eye plunge from her crone, so that means extra damage, but reduced hope. Thaler also extra damage on his throw. Not sure what it was coming from, but there's a chance it's an astral eye as well. He has a two worms, in fact, and a cur. Ispaleth goes to the big demon boat jump. And got it the second time, seemingly, at least to a certain extent, but was still blocked. Goes for the demon salute. Now, that is a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for her. That Baka Ashpoles. Plunging for 15 there. And Worm plunge for 15. Follow that one up. Oh, and Thaler sneaks under the defender with Barker that time. Setting up that plunge. Throw from Thaler, that one looks a little bit off target. Bertrude, though, for Honor on the counterattack. Dispossessed. But banishes one defender. Now, potentially has some room here.
That Bertrude's faster than she looks.
To once again get an Astral Eye plunge. Good for 33 damage. That means no Bertrude in this round for Honor. His Paleth over to Ruki. Ruki down. His Paleth waiting for the opportunity for the big jump, but Thaler was ready. Oh, Thaler goes flying over that puddle. And Honor once again just waits for the boat chaos to transpire and then reacts. His Paleth to Ruki. Back to Vispaleth, back to Ruki. Back to Vispaleth. And back to Ruki. Vispaleth gets rid of one defender. Thaler preparing himself. Gets rid of his Vispaleth. Ruki wins it back. Ruki opening here. Plunges for 15. Drops Thaler down to 19. Which means one score from either of Honor's remaining exiles could be enough if it is a plunge. A throw obviously depends how much it's charged up. Thaler, though, needs at least a couple here.
Tough luck, Nightwings.
Opportunity for Thaler. Does have extra damage on that worm throw. Good for 23. And now we have what is a sudden death match.
Nightwing's adversaries gained an edge.
Thaler sneaks in for the winning plunge.
They They somehow managed to scrape by despite their adversaries' efforts.
GG.
The ceremony is complete.
Well played. And let's head on back.
Until the stars align.
I was gonna say, it was a little snarky, but that was the reason why I reacted that way when you did the praise, or when you did the salute. Oh, look, what's all this? What is this nonsense? No, clearly that was a totally normal match just then. Totally normal match. Kept double jumping with the curve as well. It's deeply ingrained, these things. Alright, well, let us know if there is anything else we'd like to see here. Anor has turned Customize back off. I mean, what? No, Customize was on that previous one. What are you talking about? Did somebody say Ron? Well then. Well then. In which case? Break out the Falcon Ron. Break out the Falcon Ron. Alright, hold on. Anor, she's not playing on the Nightwings anymore. Nah, she's not really playing on the Nightwings anymore. See, she is representing the little-known team that does sometimes participate in the rites. Notice the Falcon Runners. Alright. Well then. With the Customize off as well. A true agent of chaos. Let's see. Let's see it. Oh my goodness, did we just get another boat? No, Fall the Soleum. Okay, fair enough. For Nor, it is, what, Nomad Cur Worm. For Phaler, it is Harp and Double Crone. And I was basically looking at stuff, Phaler's Exiles, and I missed what might have been the name of a Master or Talisman there. I think we did see Nor check to see if she had the Worm Salute, and she does not. Winged Fury for Zoxiana means extra speed after she gets a banishment.
Audacious, aren't we?
Dalbert. Hiding in the corner, waiting to get some reinforcements. He's all by himself at the moment. But Deluge returns, and he has some speed. Lendl tries to snipe Zoxiana, but Zoxiana flies around. Oh, and Phaler with the banishment, the orb, and the plunge. Zoxiana shields off that attack. Has it back, and goes in for 20 here. And we're trying to get rid of Bertrude, but Bertrude still has it here. Does eventually take her out. Speeds in for the Worm Throw. Landing for 16? Hold on. Anor has something increasing the damage on her Worm. Didn't see the word Cease Chance pop up there, I don't think, so must be coming from something else.
Poof goes Lendl.
Or with Dalbert, he's banished, but brings back Deluge. Deluge banished, though, that, fortunately, coincides with the Lendl's return. Oh, and Fairy Spirit on, I think that was Lendl, which means infinite stamina now for Deluge, but he does go down nonetheless. Lendl. And Dalbert. Phaler bulldozes his way through for 20 with his harp. free orb. Bertrude does still manage to get the banishment there. And an opening, no less.
Such wherewithal.
For 30 damage, dropping an orb down to 5.
Now go on, just once more.
Ooh, good block there, though. Oh, and good banishments as well. But Bertrude. Checking for the salute. Phaler does not have it. Hops seemingly over the Pyre there.
To the occasion.
And Orb throws it. And Phaler plunges for the win.
The fate prevailed. Their adversaries
GG.
proved no match for them. Thus end this night's proceedings.
Alright, well played, you two.
Until the next rite.
We'll head on back. And Hollow Knight finally decided. What? What does Hollow Knight have to do with it? X is not strike, it's jump. Alright, well. Is there anyone else who would like to jump in here? Otherwise, we have been holding Anor and Phaler hostage for a while now. So I'm wondering if it is just them. Might we be looking at approaching Liberation Rite time in the not so distant future? Unless, of course, someone else wants to jump in here and we can do another series. Sigil? What are you talking about? Thought you were Team Falcon Runners. Thought you were the Team Falcon Runners. I don't know what you're talking about. Or the Pyre Hearts. For one match at least. For one match at least. But yeah, if we don't have anyone else who's looking to jump in here, then we may be coming toward a close. Anor's been stockpiling the lid coin. Somebody else was recently flexing their lid coin count, weren't they? Was it a Rumi? I don't know, some people are just, they're loading up on it. Waiting for the right opportunity to break it all out. Iroda can play a bit. That might have summoned Cam. Cam was like, hold on, if we're talking about people who are loading up on the lid coin, I must assert my dominance. Okay, but it looks like in that case, Phaler, if you're good to stick around, we may be good for a few matches of Iroda against Phaler? Does that work?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Works for Phaler? Alright, thanks for stopping by, Nor. Great to have you in, as always. Let me get Iroda over here.
Crashed. You have to invite me again.
Oh, okay. No worries. Let me give it another shot here. I was looking at remote play for a second, and I had this little, like, speck on my screen that was blocking stuff, and it made it look like, remote play was saying Phaler was player 5 for a second. It's like, oh, okay then. No, don't worry though, he's not player 5, he's only player 3. Big difference. Important difference. Player 5 would be a problem. Player 3 though, that's fine. Alright, and if we could, speaking of, which player remote play says you guys are, if we could just get some confirmation as to who is player 1 and who is player 2.
I'm player 1.
Okay. I'll update the information then. And who would you like to play as today, Rotor?
I can play Tempers.
Tempers, okay.
Since we have the Robs now.
There we are. The rare Tempers choice. Okay, anything we'd like to see between Phaler and Iroder here, or for Iroder's first match of the night, do we want to give him a little bit of a chance to warm up first? Perhaps we do just that. Oh, never to return Tempers. Hold on. We can still do it. I'm pretty sure I pressed escape twice, so I canceled my escape. There we go. Jump. Puzz.
The Tempers shall confront the fate. Welcome. Who shall conduct the rites?
So just a song request here. Your team composition is up to you. So it'll be a speedy Vids with the extra starting Pyre life to lead things off on Iroder's side. Phaler goes Titan Tooth Dalbert in his lead position. Prayer beats Pantha, second spot there for Iroder. Prayer beats Rookie for Phaler. And finally, Titan Tooth on Tizo to stun people that Iroder flies into. So Phaler finishes with a Webbed Lanthorn Raji. Alright, here we are, our first showdown of the night between Iroder and Phaler. Phaler starts us with a 20 damage Cur Plunge. Now, we did see, of course, Iroder started with extra starting Pyre Life from Vispoleth's Masteries, but after 2 scores now, Iroder down below 100 at this stage. Titan Tooth does stun Phaler, slowing him down, but not enough time for Vispoleth to make it in. Phaler tries to loop around and nearly hopscotched his way in. But it's Iroder getting started with a Pamatha 20 damage plunge. And with Prayer Beads, she has already returned. There's Titan Tooth once again stunning. In fact, oh no, that's Phaler stunning with Titan Tooth there. Setting up that 20 damage Cur Plunge. With Prayer Beads, no less.
Indeed.
Vispoleth Just trying to knock back the defenders as Vispaleth inches ever closer toward Phaler's Pyre, but down she goes. Titan Tooth, double Titan Tooth at that. Both players stunned. I rode her first to get the orb back. Makes his move, but now he stuns with Titan Tooth. This time Phaler does not. And that gives Iroder time to make it in here. The 20 damage Harp Plunge. Phaler counters quickly. And that might have been a Titan Tooth stun that Iroder switched out of. That time Iroder is the one doing the stunning and could have definitely gone for an imp throw, but instead tried to move in for the big score with Vispaleth. But Vispaleth goes down instead. Now Titan Tooth stun defensively, setting up the Pamitha plunge for Iroder. So it does eventually work out in his favor. Huge implosions there. Iroder does still have Pamitha though. For a second there, it looked like everyone was gone on his side. But in fact, he's the one doing the plunging here.
The rite is nearly ended.
Phaler pinned into the corner.
Another joins your ranks.
And Centrolic, thanks for the sub. Hope you're enjoying the stream. How are you?
What happened there?
Iroder with Vispaleth and Pamitha. Back and forth between the two. Oh, not enough to avoid the banishment there on Vispaleth. Pamitha through the portal, getting the infinite stamina.
GG.
Little off target on the plunge, but we'll give it to her
Others prevail.
for the winning score.
They thrust aside their adversaries without too much trouble.
GG.
The rite is complete.
Well played, you two. Let's head on back.
Until the stars align.
And let us know, chat, if there's anything else we'd like to see between these two. Otherwise, we'll just reset ourselves here to our defaults. No escape. Oh, is this our first? I think this might be our first Tariq bot request of the day. Oddly enough. I think it is. I think it is. I hope Tariq bot's ready then. See, he's not gotten... Talk about opportunities to warm up. He's not had any. Let's see. Also, let me get the Bandcamp up. Let's see. You said no escape?
Yes.
Okay, here it is. All right. Song is all set. Anything else we'd like for this one?
I have to say Darren Cobb really made that intro song for Hades.
I mean, Darren Core, across the board, all the Supergiant soundtracks, so good. Alright, but all I'm seeing here is the song request. So I guess we will proceed here. That sounds like a boat to me. No, it's Folosolium.
On the fate. Welcome. Who shall conduct the rites?
No requests to this one, so you can take whatever you'd like. Iroder goes quick throwing Palmus. All left side, so numbing gust, but no rekindling with that setup. Failer settles on Titan Tooth Pamitha for the stuns, and also the salute on her to switch places with her closest ally. And Titan Tooth on Tizo on iRotor's side. So lots of stuns to be had here in this matchup. Quick throws, unblockable throws at that, from Failer's Bertrude, and took the Crone Salute to transform all of iRotor's Exiles into defenseless Howlers once during this match, giving him what is more or less one free score. Then was that a Curve Fang on Delbert for extra plunging damage, I believe, in the last slot for iRotor? And finally, a Webbed Lanthorn Raji. So here we are. Once again, iRotor against Failer. Pamitha for Failer. Switches in, using that Harp Salute to get Bertrude into a more offensive position, although with that Numbing Gust active, she cannot throw, which is the primary thing that Failer tried to set her up for. Throw, she got it off, Bertrude did, but was a little bit off target. Speaking of throws, did see iRotor also set up some throws with his sap, with the quick throwing talisman. Dalbert, oh, just short of hitting the mark there for iRotor. Bertrude sidesteps what would have been a bad. Oh, one sec. Game is frozen?
Not unfrozen, but let me just reinvite.
Let's just check. Want me to, yeah, uninvite, reinvite? Yeah. 1 second, let me do that. Alright, invite sent. Alright. Let me know when you're good and I'll give you guys a countdown.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna go 3, 2, 1, go, and on go we'll hit resume. 3, 2, 1, go. Failer gets rid of the sapling and gets the orb, but Titan Tooth stuns iRotor and does so again. Oh, and Failer went for the banishment to clear out enough room to pick up the orb, but was a little too quick on it, as the defender had not been banished by the time he got over to where he wanted to pick up the orb from. That is a very dangerous location for that portal that iRotor has. So Failer needs to be careful if he does not score here and iRotor gets it back. It's almost an automatic score. So he is eyeing it here. Oh, but he missed the mark. He does loop back around, though, to make it in. And yes, Curve Fang means extra 8 damage on that plunge for a total of 28 coming from Dalbert there. Pamitha for Failer. Switches into Bertrude, but Bertrude banished here. Tizo taken out on iRotor's side, but does have the portal, as does Failer. Going through his and nearly Harp pushes his way in. But now, counterattack from iRotor. It goes all the way in. Oh, it has Inner Glory. Okay, I was gonna say, maybe that was not so much the intention for iRotor to go on the offensive with his imp, as those are usually more defensive role players, but had the extra damage mastery, so had that planned, at least to some extent. Here comes Failer plunging in for 30 with Bertrude. No prayer beads on her, so she's now gone for this round. That gets us just about level here. Remember, iRotor did not take any rekindling on Palmas, went instead for the Numbing Gust, and Failer sneaks under the defender that time. Little reverse psychology from Pamitha. And Failer still had his Crone Salute. iRotor's defenders are defenseless, setting up the winning score.
Their adversaries confidently thwarted. The right is done.
Well played, you two. GG. And let's head on back.
Until the next right.
Oh, the timing though. The timing though. The timing though. Timing, though. There. There. Beautiful. Okay. Let me turn back on the in-game music, but let us know, chat, if there's anything we'd like for the next one. Fader, are you voluntarily turning Customize off? What is that all about? And Nora's like, hold on, that gives me an idea. That does give me an idea. Perhaps. Oh, okay. Tariqbot will return in that case. Tariqbot will return, actually. This time, though, with the Transistor soundtrack. Let's see. Transistor. You said you wanted We All Become? Okay. There we are. And then, sure. Nora turns Customize off as well, so Randomize, Exiles, Masteries, and Talismans are going to get thrown straight into the action without even seeing what those things are in advance. So let's get going. Alright, it's back on the book. For iRotor, it is Nomad, Worm, Imp. For Phaler, it is Crone, Sap, and Worm, and it is Phaler getting us started with a 25 damage plunge from his Crone. No prayer beads on Bertrude, though, so she is gone. At least for this round. Lendl blocked. But still banishing the defenders. Numbing Gust, apparently, is something that Phaler has, although that won't stop iRotor from plunging with Lendl on this occasion. Vengeful Vow on... that might have been Bertrude for Phaler. Oh, was that a Black Heart? Or was that the Salute for iRotor? Unblockable Throw from Phaler. Oh, with Leech as well. A little bit of bonus value on that one. Yeah, definitely Vengeful Vow on Bertrude. And that Sacred Bond coming in handy for iRotor as well to bring back his teammates. As he goes in, and only 15 damage this time from his Imp. Not all the way down on the left side for the extra 10. Bertrude, oh, I think might have once again snuck under a jumping defender that time for the reverse psychology play. Oh, iRotor was going for that big implosion there. Mooncrest, we've now learned, is apparently Lendl's talisman. He did come back more quickly for that reason.
Wait.
Oh. Frozen again?
Cannot do anything.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're back now? Question mark?
Okay. That was 3, 2, 1.
Okay. That is odd. Palmas. Thinking about it, but taken out. Deluge taken out, but there is the Numbing Gust active. For what it's worth, the worms are the fastest characters when affected by Numbing Gust, so if there is such a thing as the Numbing Gust counters, that would be it. Does still... oh, it is Black Heart. It is Black Heart. Speedy little howler. But, not so great defensively. Oh, I thought it was on iRotor's Worm for a second, and that he might have even used the Worm Salute to switch out of it. But no, it is on his Worm. Much less practical. Actually, what happens if you have that talisman on a Worm with Valiant Return, and it's supposed to get the infinite stamina back? Anyway, does that just, make the Cursed Talisman that much worse? because you can't sprint when you're a howler anyway. So it's all downside with no upside, really. Swift Sap plus 8 quickness? Oh. Okay, at least it's Palmas. Speedy Palmas. That is still allowed. If it were Speedy... If it were Speedy Manly, then we'd have an issue. But there is, as we were just saying, the Numbing Gust active, but I wrote still enough speed. Oh, and Titan Tooth. Is that on Raji? If so, that's a very strong combination. But yeah, the counter, if you will, to Numbing Gust, with a relatively quick base movement speed worm. Series of banishments, but I wrote her using that Sacred Bond well to bring back his teammates by stepping on the portraits. And Mooncrest bringing them back more quickly as well. Mendel goes through, although opening here for Phaler, and there is a little bit of leech. And drops Iroder down to 15. So one score, perhaps all Phaler needs. And there it is.
No big damage. Just lost.
They do deserve their freedom.
GG.
The right is done.
Well played, you two. Now let's head on back.
Until the next right.
Hold on. Perfect timing again. Perfect timing again. Yeah, no, you heard nothing. You heard nothing. That was perfectly timed. Perfectly timed. All right, well, let me turn back on the in-game music, unless, of course, there's something else would like to request of the Tariqbot variety here. I'm thinking, though, we might be looking at our penultimate right here. We might be looking at our penultimate right, in which case this would be the last one in which we take requests before the Liberation Rite. So if that were the case, this would be our last chance to get any requests in before we just have whatever Iroder and Phaler would like to use during that Liberation Rite. So is there anything else we would still like to have happen before the night is through? Twitch is not cooperating with requests or something along those lines? Didn't send a whole bunch of messages. Oh. Core has typed the word customize without a request to go along with it, so I'm not sure what you're getting at here, Core. If you want to pay up, it's gonna cost you some lid coin. Oh, we did. Wait, no. Okay, wait. You have a request if Iroder and Phaler want. Alright, a lot of request theorizing here, but no one has put down the lid coin to make it official yet. So, they're leaving us wondering. I mean, I saw you say customize Nor, but I didn't see any requests to go along with it. You had the customize off before, but that was before the previous match. Or possibly even before that. So there have been no requests. No official requests.
And we can do that.
Iroder, or rather, a core says Iroder has no customize. Phaler does have customize, but only 2 masteries per character. Okay, so I think that means for, let's see, Phaler, you do have customize. We leave customize off for Iroder. We can't do this, otherwise Iroder's customize off is gonna end up with just 2 masteries, but this is supposed to only affect Phaler, so we're just gonna need Phaler to stop after taking 2 masteries. So I think that should work. You'll remember? Alright. So let's go for it. Interesting. We haven't seen one of these in a while. These more unusual, creative ways of having some kind of disadvantage for both players, but a different kind of disadvantage. And seeing how those two things level out. In the case of iRotor, it's customized turned off, so he ended up with Gilman with an Infernal Bloom, Stunning Claim, Valiant Return, Avenging Aid, and Quick Draw. Whereas Phaler is only supposed to take 2 masteries per character here, so iRotor does have more masteries, but does not have any control over the characters, talismans, or what those masteries are. Probably not the talisman of iRotor's choosing either. Phaler, only 2 masteries, yes. But Prayer Beads Pamitha is a very strong combo. Second, customize off Exile is a Faithstone Raji. Okay. Also a little bit unusual. Maybe a little bit better than the first talisman at the very least, but that's not saying much. Quick throws on Bertrude in the last spot for Phaler. Last one for iRotor is Webbed Lanthorn on, a Vital Pounce. Bertrude, at least that one mastery is not terribly meaningful. Then Exploding Deluge in the last spot for Phaler. So here we go. Customize off for iRotor alone. Phaler was able to customize his team, but with only 2 masteries. That is where his disadvantage comes in. Gilman, for iRotor, sneaks through here. Follows up for another 15 damage throw. Now it's Bertrude. Has that Vital Pounce, which for a second there looked like it was about to trigger, but did not. She's taken out. Pamitha does just enough to soar in for 20. And she did have Prayer Beads, so she is back. Again, that is the luxury that Phaler could afford. And that was actually Webbed Lanthorn, the random Webbed Lanthorn on Bertrude paying off. So iRotor at least getting some value out of the random talismans there, setting up that 15 damage throw. Gilman has been the only scorer thus far for iRotor, I believe. And that remains the case here. But we know no Prayer Bead, so he is now gone for this round. But iRotor, aggressive move with Bertrude, and that drops Phaler to just 10. Phaler, with his Bertrude, goes for a quick throw. But still 25 damage. Pamitha takes one out, then gets taken out. Bertrude versus Bertrude. iRotor jumps over and makes it in. GG.
The rite is ended.
Well played, you two.
I thought at least some decent ones, right?
Yeah, you made the worm work for sure.
Until the stars align.
All right, and I think it is time. Liberation Rite o'clock, which means Fall of Solium, Sermon in Troan, and we will go the Never to Return, I suppose, Fate version here. And no request for this one. For our final run of the night, we will just have both players take their preferred teams to finish things off in style. We shall, of course, put Customize back on for iRotor with that being said. But let's get going.
Stand forth, exiles. You heed the summons to the fall of Solium. Each of you seeks to be free from this forsaken land. Let us see which one of you is more deserving. Tempers, stand prepared. The Fate, stand ready. Who shall conduct this rite?
Alright, so this will be our final rite of the night, our Liberation Rite. I wrote her on the left representing the Tempers today. And I wrote her, or rather, and Phaler on the right representing the Fate. No requests from chat, so they will take their preferred teams here.
You have to re-invite me once
Oh,
more.
okay, no worries. Let me get you back here. Right, I believe that was a Super Portal Tizo. Still getting the auto explosions, though, from the Talisman, actually. Phaler was thinking perhaps Prayer Beads Bertrude, or rather, Prayer Beads Pamitha. Something we have seen him lead off with on several prior occasions today, but he does also like to go Ninja Almer in that first spot. Goes for the Banishing Throws here, on this occasion. And all left side, Prayer Beads Pamitha, that includes her Salute to switch places with her closest ally, as I wrote her second pick there. Second pick for Phaler, and he's being very aggressive with the double Savage, Ninja Savage setup, that is. Taking the stowaway with the quick throws this time. Then last one for iRotor, and it is one of his go-tos, Meta Viz Paleth. Quick throws and banishing throws, no less, with the quick throwing talisman. And last one for Phaler goes for the Titan Tooth stuns on Raji. So here we are, our final rite of the night. iRotor on the left representing the Tempers, and Phaler on the right representing the Fate. Best of luck to you both.
Fuck you, what?
And there it is.
To their worth. Rather convincingly, I must admit.
GG.
Thus ends the Liberation Rite.
Well played. The stowaway, not Almer. I mean, she may be the one who was in the purple Almer robes, but alas, that was our final rite of the night, our Liberation Rite. Thank you everybody who participated in the rite today. Thank you everybody who gave us the request today in chat as well. But that was our final rite of the night, so I am going to duck out of Discord. But I will see you guys next week. Alright, let's, if they haven't already, free them from Steam Remote Play. No, they're good. They know the deal. They know the deal. Alright, but I am not done with you just yet, chat. That was, of course, as I said, our final rite of the night, our Liberation Rite. So thank you everybody who participated in the rites today, and thank you everybody who gave us the request today in chat as well. This was, of course, Pyre Community Rite Night, which we're doing every Sunday. And if you are interested in getting more involved in multiplayer Pyre, then the best way to do so is by joining the RITE Club Discord server, the place where we coordinate all this stuff. And you can do just that by clicking on that link right there. My name is Lids. I'm hosting these Rite Nights. Nowadays, our stream schedule is Friday nights is Mass Effect Andromeda, the campaign. Saturdays is Mass Effect 3 multiplayer, and then Sundays is, of course, Rite Night. Then also posting the VODs for all those streams on YouTube, so if you missed anything, you can catch it there on YouTube. Lids Vids there as well. Also doing some Gwent videos, the Witcher-themed card game, as well as some Thronebreaker, the Gwent campaign on YouTube. But if you haven't done so yet already, you can also hit the follow button to get a notification when I'm live. Also follow me on Twitter, @LidsVids. I post everyone live as well, but actually the best place to stay up to date on all things Lids is by joining my own Discord server, which you can do by clicking on that link right there. But that's going to be it for me for tonight, so thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the stream, and I'll catch you next time.